All right. As far as the injuries go, Josh Kando hurt his left ankle, and Ben Neiman is in the concussion protocol. So other than that, we came out pretty healthy here. It was great to be here, first of all, and uh, it was an offensive day. So on both sides of the ball here, or both sides of the field. Pat had ended up with 5 touchdowns, which I thought was a tremendous day. Tyreek had 11 catches for 186 yards. Clyde with 14 carries for 102 yards. And then our defense did a great job in the red zone. So we held them to field goals instead of touchdowns. We were down there 5 times, and we were successful with that part of it 3 out of the 5 times. So. And then Mike Danna had the 2 sacks, which was great. He was around the quarterback most of the day, and that was great. It was a good day for the punters, too. They had a vacation on both teams, and, that can be a good thing and a bad thing, right? So that's also goes both sides of the field. But all in all, it was a good game. So we're glad we won the game. With that, time's yours.
Coach, earlier this week, when asked you about the Thunder's win, you said you know about it, obviously, heard the celebration a lot. What's it mean to you celebrating it back here?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. I mean, the people here have been phenomenal since I got here. My room was loaded with food. So it was good to have a cheesesteak and, and a lot of other things. So it's good to be back, and then doing that here. I hadn't really thought about that. I don't know if that's a positive thing, but I'm glad it took place, and it's over now, so we can move on. We can move on.
But then to follow up on that, obviously, you got a win today, stop the hemorrhaging from the 2 games. What can you take away from this ball game? I know you talked about what you did red zone wise, and obviously Taylor had a pretty decent number. What takeaways can you take from this game now further?
Yeah, so I think it was a great day for our young guys just to get experience, especially on the defensive side, that back end. We've got some young guys that were playing in there. Be good to get some of the guys back and in place and coming off injury. But that will pay off for us down the road. That experience will pay off for us. Well, you got to ask a question. Come on.
Absolutely.
How we doing?
201 yards rushing. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I saved it for you. Just right. Now, listen, we ran the ball well, and we were pretty balanced. I mean, as we went, so it was a good throwing day, it was a good passing day, and it worked out all right for us.
Coach, you mentioned that 201 yards rushing last week, 186. Is the start of a trend going forward? 300 plus yards rushing in 2 games?
Now, listen, we want to be able to mix it up, one or the other, and sometimes both for you, Herbie. But no, I'm not big on trends. Once you have trends, these other guys are pretty good that you're playing against, and they knock you out of the ballpark. So, but we want to be able to do both and do it when we want to do it. So.
Andy, what did you see from the guys this week in the locker room, out of practice, that led you to believe that a performance like this could happen?
Yeah, listen, I mean, you guys asked me this last week about, does it bother you? Well, yeah, it bothers everybody. I mean, you're in a profession where winning is very important. And so these guys take that personal, and they understand that, and they've had success, and they want to get back doing the things that they know are correct, and we weren't doing that for a couple of weeks. We had all these turnovers, and too much. We were you give games away that way, and that's what we did. So it was important that we buckled down better and do a nice job, and that's what happened today.
So in what way, though, could you sense that? I mean, could you sense something different in practice this week?
Yeah, listen, I mean, they had a good week the week before, so, but it's a bit of a mindset in a lot of cases, and I was pleased with the way they performed today. I think Nick's doing a nice job with this team, so people here need to be patient with him. He's new to town, and you saw what he's capable of doing here, and I think the Eagles are in good hands here.
Andy, I hear you on the red zone defense. It looked like there was some snaps where maybe there was some confusion and substitution patterns and stuff like that. Am I right about that?
Yeah, there were a couple, just on, it wasn't necessarily, it was a guy tired here or there and getting him in and getting him out, so. But that, I mean, that happens. That happens during the game, and in particular when you're shuffling people, trying to keep them fresh during these warm weather months. So, we'll get that cleaned up.
Andy, when you see the team, when you see the results match the preparation that you put in today, when you see the results match, how gratifying is that for the whole staff?
Yeah, well, the guys work hard. The coaches work hard. They spend a lot of time doing this, and then the players. We've got a group that they're not afraid to work. So you want them to have success, and it's good for them to have that. Yeah.
And you've seen Tyreek have amazing performances before. What makes this one in particular special to you, considering just how defenses have played you guys?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just the last play. I mean, it was all the way through here. We've got the two guys that people are going to try to take out of the game, between Kels and him, and they've got to really work for everything that they get. And so Tyreek has developed in it. He doesn't get frustrated. He just finds a way. And sometimes you have to do that. And when you're younger, you have a tendency to get frustrated in those situations. And, he's about seen it all, and he just works through it. He comes back with answers like, hey, this is potentially there, so I appreciate that.
Andy,
Yep.
congratulations.
Thanks, Riley.
You've only been back here twice for games now, and I do wonder when you're walking on and off the field, if you have a moment where this sort of strikes you that you used to work here, and how familiar does it feel, or how
Yeah.
coming does it feel?
Well, it did. I mean, coming to the hotel, I felt that way. I mean, I saw a lot of people that I had known, and there were still a lot of folks here. There's only 3 players left, but they're special guys. So, I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed going out and competing against them. They're going to give you you're going to give them our best shot, and they're going to do the same thing in return. They want to kick your tail. So,
Does it
but
strike any emotional chord at all, or?
no, listen, I'm pretty good with it. You want me to cry up here about it? I mean, I don't have anything more to say, man. I'm sweating my butt off, and I want to get back in the shower.
Andy, last week at this time, as you remember, you were headed to a hospital. I was just wondering whether there was any time you thought you might not be here this week, that maybe Hope was going to have to take over and you're going to have to sit out.
No, I thought I'd be okay. Yeah, I'm stubborn that way, I guess, but I thought I'd be fine.
Last question.
Andy, you said people need to be patient here with Nick. You've been here. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
You know there's a lot of impatience. Did you get a chance to say anything to Nick? And what would you say to him?
Yeah, keep being you. Keep being you. You just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're gonna be fine. So he's got a strong personality, a strong kid, man. So, and you need that here. You guys can be a little rough, so, but you've got to have that, and you keep moving. You don't let things grab you and take you down. So,
All right, thank you.
all right, good seeing everybody.
It would have been nice.
As far as me personally, I mean, I didn't stop and do anything different from what I was doing the last couple of weeks. I mean, I went in and practiced and went in every single day like I do every single week, and did the same things that I do week in and week out. So it's really just pretty much staying with your preparation, and then when not panicking when everything goes south for you. So I just kind of stayed in my lane and did the things that I do week in and week out and handle business this week.
Todd, your number's been called the last couple of ball games. You've rushed over 20 yards. You've answered the call. And the team has had more faith in you. Well, they've always had faith in you, but they obviously had more faith with your performance over the last couple of weeks. How does it feel to know that, when they call on you, you're able to perform? And 2 weeks in a row, 100 yards rushing.
I feel like when any of our numbers are called on the offense, we all come out and perform. It's just one of those things that we know and we understand as an individual group and different guys on the offense. Everybody's going to have their games. Everybody's going to have like their ups. And when your number called, you go and perform. And it's just that simple. I never just look down upon myself as far as a performance. If I go out and only get a couple carries, it's whatever I had to do that week. I was doing whatever the team needed. It's not just like a point fingers thing for me. So I go out and handle my job and do what I'm supposed to do.
How much fun do you guys have when you're working on those red zone plays and pass incorporating the shovel pass? Just what does that do for everyone when you hear the play call in the huddle, and what's most fun about those type of plays?
Personally, for me, when they call it in the huddle, it's just one of those things you really can't show the excitement from inside the huddle. It's just like just got to play the cool and collected role. And I'm pretty sure just before that play, nobody can say, oh well, Clyde was looking like he was about to get the ball on this play. It's just I go out there and do what I do week in and week out. I know y'all, it's just the same things over and over again, but that's just who I am as a person. I go in and do what I'm asked to do, and the rest is, in God's hands.
Well, I'm pretty conscious today, or at all conscious today, of this being a milestone win for Andy in terms of his 100th piece and being back to Philadelphia. Did that play any emotional role for you?
Yeah, it played a lot, especially for me. I heard it week in and week out, probably about 100 times, no pun intended, but it was just one of those things that was in the back of my head. Just really doing it for somebody who gave me an opportunity and never looked down upon me. Even last week, the whole KC, everybody just wanted to kind of set me on fire. Even the week before that, and then you just go in and talk to Coach Reid, like, bro, just chill, go out there and do your thing. Like it's not the world's ending just because of a play happened. He was like, man, you doing what we asked you to do as far as execution. You're a football player, you're a human, and mistakes are going to happen. But obviously, everybody be on the coattail as soon as you do something good. So I just kind of roll and still be that same person. So.
And you know his history coaching here. Obviously, it had a little extra twist to it for you guys to have that happen here.
Oh yeah, and it was. I even had like a little sweatshirt. I didn't wear it in here, but it was like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air sweatshirt. I thought it was pretty cool. So, it's just kind of those things. Like it's all an emotional game, and just having those things and just knowing, no coach has ever done that before, and being able to come in and help him get that accomplished was one of those things that was on my mind.
What was said about that in the locker room?
Nothing.
Nothing. All week?
As far as the players, we wasn't going like, oh yeah, we got to go get Coach's 100th win. It was, we got to go get a win. It wasn't pinpointed, but everybody knew. It's not like the whole world didn't know that we was going for his 100th win and we were playing in Philly. Like that's the obvious statement, but the more obvious thing was we lost the last 2 games and we need to get a win. So that's just what it was. I would say any win is a confidence boost. And if you think otherwise and you're not a professional athlete and or competitive, just the competitive nature. I can't stand next to a guy who can, drop 2 games and then come out in the last game and hope, not thinking that we should go out and get a W or obviously dominate the game. So that was just our mindset coming in, and we obviously did it.
clearly heard everything. Does that motivate you internally? Like, all right, I'm going to show all right, watch this on Sunday. Is that the mentality?
Man, I've been dealing with it since I was about 7 years old, 8 years since I've been playing ball. And it's more publicly seen as far as now, but I'll let everybody else kind of waste their time with that while I go to work. You can say whatever comments, do all the unnecessary things, but I still gotta go, do my job, execute, go in the building, and keep moving. I never dwell on some things in the past as far as the game. This game is about. I'm not gonna say short-term memory loss, but just being able to drop the negative things, and even if it's a positive, you can't sit there and dwell on it like, oh, I did this a couple of weeks ago, so I'm good. It's more of the next play is my opportunity to do something great. Why not?
Few more guys, go ahead.
Clyde, were you expecting Patrick to throw it underhanded, flip that?
I was.
Were you aware his first three were underhand, overhand, shovel?
What you mean first three?
Touchdowns.
Oh yeah. Most. I mean, we go execute the plays, and that play specifically is something I want to say Trav and I want to say they kind of made it up during one of the little walkthrough periods. It's a special teams period. So some of the guys kind of go off on the side, and then we end up kind of making it happen, kind of playing the Tom and Jerry role. That's the name of the play. My bad.
Well, now I got two questions. Where did that name come from for that play?
Obviously, I'm Jerry, and Tom was Trav on the play. So y'all can kind of figure it out from that point and go watch it.
Describe what you're seeing out there, because it seems, from our perspective, that the holes are bigger right now, and you're getting a lot of push on, especially on the tackles. Is that the case?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously the camera doesn't lie. We getting push and we getting movement, and that's what kind of gets the run game going. And from that point, it's my job to kind of keep it rolling and give those guys that confidence boost that obviously when we go out and do what we're supposed to do, good things come from it, and that's just what it is as far as the Chiefs and our run game.
We'll go last to Danny. Go, Danny.
Talked about the size of those holes. Is it personal for your offensive line?
Oh yeah. It's we go in, we have I want to say like specific run meetings and blitz meetings as far as just kind of with the running back and the O-line and running back coaches and the O-line coach. So we talk about it, and it's one of those things that we want to obviously show that we can do, and we've shown it last year, but we needed to incorporate it this year and show that obviously we can run the ball, and not just run the ball effectively. Not only did we run the ball effectively, we did it with multiple backs, and that's I feel like that's a perk. So, and that's all praise to the O-line. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Yep.
We got Patrick, Reid, and Mike Danny coming in.
Working overtime, right?
I know, right? All right, guys, got Mike Danny. Fire away, guys.
Mike, you feel like you're getting, used to the end spot, you're getting more and more sacks, more and more pressure on the quarterback. How have you just gotten better and better as you progress?
It's really the start of the practice week, man. A lot of things that happen on game day, happens throughout the week during practice, and it starts in practice. So it really comes from the preparation, then going out on game day and executing.
That red zone defense, obviously the Eagles had a couple things on their end that was going, but you guys still took advantage of it. How much do you feel like it improved from the past couple of weeks to today?
In the red zone, we let about 2 field goals, I think. Then give up a touchdown every single time they went down there. But we've been working at it, man. It's been a point of emphasis, to us, and it really just go from how we start in practice, and we came out here and executed. When it came down to red zone.
Mike, you guys have been taking as a defense as a whole. You guys have been taking this defense, the way that you guys have been playing, as taking it personal. How do you build off that? Is this one of those games that you can use as a?
Oh yeah, you just keep on stacking them. Defense, we're a family unit. We're a unit. we stick together. This was a big win for us, and we got to keep on stacking the days and get the ball rolling.
Mike, Spags and some of the guys talked about after the Chargers game, that there was some communication issues, right, with the substitutions and tempo and stuff. Where do you guys think you were today?
We got better, but there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. So we're going to keep on, hitting the nail on the head and, getting our communication down until we got it down perfect, keep working at it and improving at it.
So Frank Weeks, who started now for Frank Clark, how much has he been in your ear trying to offer some motivation or inspiration to start?
Yeah, Frank, great guy, man. He's a mentor. He's a big brother to me. As soon as I got there, he took me in and always gave me game. You know, increasing my value as a football player. Learning from pass rushing. From rundowns to dropping back. He was there for me a lot.
Mike, I know each game we focus on just the one game, right? But with Buffalo coming up, is that one that you maybe some of the guys have kind of back in mind just sort of
We're looking forward to it. It's Sunday night, so never take for granted Sunday night football. So we're looking forward to the matchup, and we're going to get ready for them.
Mike, are teams doing things that are giving the defense struggling or making you all struggle? I know you're last in the league statistically. What are these teams doing to you that's making it so hard for them?
Well, teams game plan throughout the week, man. All we can do is just come out here and do what we're coached to do. Execute the things we practice throughout the week. So teams game plan us, and all we can do is just contain them and just continue to keep going. No matter what, whether they game plan us or not. That can't stop us. We shouldn't let that stop us.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, bro.
Before your commentary, more insightful. Explainer. Gary.
All right, guys, go fire away.
Reid, love the pass rush.
Appreciate it.
Second game this season that you've had 11 catches, 180 plus yards. What's it mean to you? I mean, you've had a couple games with talking about the pass rush. What's it mean to have another game like this, the last game of week 24?
I don't know, man. I'm just thankful to be a part of this team. I mean, I feel like each and every week, I mean, people expect me to be this, be that, but I'm always be me, for this team. I don't care if I have, 200 yards. I don't care if I have 50, as long as we get the W. So that's me. That's my mindset each and every day. That's the way my dad taught me to play football, play for my brothers,
Sorry, what do you mean by that when you say people expect you to be this?
I don't know, man. I just feel like, I mean, Twitter, mainly, fantasy owners mainly, that draft me first round. So I don't know. They got to understand it's a team game. I can't go crazy every week, Sometimes Kelsey's going to go crazy. Well, Kelsey's always going to go crazy because it's Kelsey. He's the best in the game. Mo, D-Rob, guys like that. So, like I said, my job is just basically, if it's my week to be the decoy, I do that. I don't care, So, like I said, the way that my dad taught me to play football is, play for your brothers, play for the guy beside you, and, good things happen for you. So.
What do you think Josh Gordon will do? How he will help when he gets in the lineup?
Oh man, he's gonna help tremendously. I feel like adding another vet like that who's played in this league, for a long time, it's crazy. So he's definitely gonna add like another value, to this team. And I actually told him, I'm like, dude, when you played for the Browns, like I was just graduating high school. That's crazy, right? So.
With so many short completions, Tyreek, how, I guess, fun, exciting is it to beat the Eagles in that particular manner and then beat them over the top in the game?
I mean, I guess we were just setting them up. I guess, all game, you see Coach Reid running slant after slant and then out route after out route. And then we finally, go deep. So, I mean, that's just the way Andy Reid rolls.
Do the offense feels that
Nah, man, I feel like we still missing a step. You know, like a few guys running the wrong routes on plays. You know, we not getting depth on plays. You know, we may not be blocking the correct guy sometimes. You know, so I feel like after this game, we're gonna go back. We're gonna watch film, and there's always things to correct. I don't care if you put up 50 points. There's always like one little thing in a play to be corrected. Whether it's myself, whether it's Kels, whether it's Pat. Like we're gonna find that something to correct.
Andy said earlier that you've gotten better at seeing, obviously, deep safeties and knowing how to manipulate it in your advantage.
Right.
Where do you feel like you've grown the most in that aspect, to where you can give Andy or Patrick a certain idea of how to beat people?
I don't know. I guess when I first came into this league, you know, I was real blessed to have Coach Culley, David Culley, who's the head coach of the Houston Texans, you know, as my receiver coach, and he always told me, you know, the good ones they see one safety, but the great ones they see the whole field, like corners, the safeties, you know, and I always try to keep that in my mind every time I line up. You know, I always try to see what the other side that corner's doing and both safeties doing before I line up. You know, so sometimes if you see me walking, like I'm trying to see what's going on, you know, so I mean, I'm just trying to be great, man, for this team.
Couple more, guys.
Tyreek, when Andy was in here earlier, he said something. I think he said that you come back to the sideline with the answers, like stuff that you see on the field, kind of what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Give an example of that, like, hey man, this might work.
Oh yeah, I'm always like that. But I mean, I'm a diva. I just love talking. Like every time I come to the sideline, I'm like, Coach, we just need to go deep every play. Like that's my mindset every play. So sometimes he hear me, sometimes he don't. So if that's what he's talking about, yeah, I'm like, Coach, we need to go deep. He's sitting. Like let's go deep. Why not? Pat can throw 80 yards, right?
Tyreek, just to get a win, like the last couple of weeks, Clyde Edwards-Helaire just mentioned about how he felt like sometimes Kansas City could run the sun on fire, just the way he played.
Right.
I know that had to motivate all you guys.
Right.
Just to get a win, shove with you.
Yeah, it definitely feels great, you know, to just get a win. But I feel like this win right here, we are just going to continue to build off of it. You know, like I said, there's always things to correct, and that's what we're going to do because this team, like, we all want to be good. Like, people expect us to win each and every week, you know, and I feel like we even, like, got, in our mind, I feel like we was also there too. You know, like the guys in the locker room, we was like, oh, man, we expected to win. So that's the way we play sometimes. You know, like we just need to do what we did today. Like come out and just be the aggressor. So
I know you got the chance to, kind of take this win in. I know we're not going to speak to this week, but what are your early thoughts on your Sunday night matches against the Bills?
it's gonna be a fun one, man. It's gonna be a fun one, man. Hopefully I can get in the end zone again. So that's always my mindset.
Eric, you mentioned playing for your brothers, and I know you have a lot of emotion for Andy too. I wonder what it means to you to see him get his 100th win here, and just maybe if you could express what it is about him that's special to you.
It's fucking awesome, man. Like seeing him in the locker room fired up, like after the game, like it's just surreal, man. Because as a kid, like I used to like watch TV and just see Coach Reid coaching in Philadelphia, you know. And I used to have like dreams and like aspirations of playing in the NFL, and now I'm actually playing for, you know, one of the greatest coaches of all time. I'm living fucking life, baby. So I think we should end like that. Thank you.
No more questions for you, Don. Hey, you're great. You're going for the emotion today. You're getting emotional.
Patrick's not going to drop the F-bomb.
No crying and no cussing.
I know you got a chance to get his 100th win. What was the mood like in the locker room? What was it like to see him celebrate on the field?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I'm not going to say what Tyreek said, but it was definitely exciting to kind of get him that win. We were due to get him that win. It had been a couple weeks now, but I'm glad we got to do it in Philadelphia and around where he kind of came into his own, and now he's in Kansas City, and it's a good thing he's here with us.
You know Andy about as well as anybody in the locker room. What do you think this means to him?
Yeah.
Not only get 100 with the Chiefs, but get it here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's special to him for sure. I mean, being in Philadelphia, kind of like I said, I mean, he kind of became Andy Reid in a sense in Philadelphia, and to be able to go to Kansas City and build what he's built here and get that 100 win in Philadelphia. I mean, obviously he's going to keep on going. He has a lot of dreams for this season, but he'll definitely take in this moment for a second at least.
I got you. Hold on. Go ahead, Herb. I'm going to come back.
We know you can do, obviously, 5 touchdown passes that you and Tyreek Hill can do, but over the last 2 games, you guys have amassed 380 plus kind of message does that send to the rest of the league that you guys can be a balanced offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to open everything up. I mean, being able to run the football in this league is crucial. And be able to have the guys that we have, and you're going to see week by week, they're getting better and better and better. And they obviously they have the talent. It's about working together and building those relationships. And Clyde's running the ball really well. Other guys are stepping in and running the ball really well. And I think you saw today, once you run the ball a lot, defense will come up a little bit, and you can kind of hit them over the top.
With everything that you guys do in the red zone, just how much fun and creativity is being thrown where you can do underhand, shovel passes, just how much was it fun to get back to that style of football for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's funny, the first underhand pass Kelsey actually made up, and he used himself as a decoy to kind of open it up. And so when you have receivers coming up and saying, hey, I think if I do this, he'll get someone else open, it's a special group of guys. And so he did that one, and then he had the one where where we told him to give a little bit of Hollywood sell, and telling Kelsey to give a little bit of anything, you're going to get a lot. So he showed why his acting skills and got us a touchdown to Jody. And to be able to do all those different cool things keeps kind of everybody alive and ready to go.
Patrick, you mentioned, Andy becoming who he was here, but now I assume you feel like his identity is, and going forward as the Chiefs coach, do you feel some sense of that in this moment too, or doing it in this building and all that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's. I think when you look back on him, you'll know him as a Kansas City Chief. I mean, the way he's able to kind of build up this organization from day one and win and then build up to where we won the Super Bowl and got back to the Super Bowl and then now where we're at now. He's building something. He'll continue to build it. We have a lot of young guys on this team who he gets the best out of every single day. I no offense to Philly, I'm glad they let him go. And he's here coaching us in Kansas City.
Coach, you were near when Reid just said that everybody expects you to win, but also inside the locker room, it got that way as well. Could you sense that affecting your performance?
Yeah, I don't know if it affects your performance, but I think it affects your week of work, I guess you would say. I think you understood this last week, the urgency that we had, that we need to get everything done. We need to practice at a certain attitude. You need to go in and really work on the little details. And, I mean, it's not complacency, but you lose those little things whenever you're winning every single week, whenever you can get at the end of the game and be like, oh, we're just going to win the football game. We'll figure out a way. It doesn't happen like that in the NFL, and the NFL will kind of correct you really quick. And we saw that, and now we have to keep building because we're playing a really good football team this next week.
I was going to ask, after a tough couple of weeks, what does a game like this do for you guys, particularly when your offense was going along so that it did today?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good step in the right direction. It shows that work that we put in this last week was what we need to do every single week. It shows that we have to be able to run the football to open up other things. But there's still a lot of things that we have to get better at. We have to cut the turnovers on through another interception, another mistake in a crucial part of the game. We have to find ways to get stops in the red zone, which I thought defense did a good job of that today. And at the end of the day, we have to find ways to continue to win. And I think we have a nice test this next week playing the Bills and how well they're playing. We get to do it Sunday at Arrowhead on Sunday Night Football, so it'll be a good game.
Patrick, you said you were excited about the challenge when you were faced with 1 and 2 attacks at the ball. Do you feel like you guys met that challenge today? I mean, obviously, you have to win. Do you feel like you exceeded expectations of getting that win today?
I think we started it. I mean, there's still a long ways to go. This is a long season. We started in the right direction by battling. I mean, they came out and firing, and we were able to battle back and find a way to win the football game. But if you look at our schedule, there's no easy games. So we've kind of earned the right to play in all these tough games, and we have to continue to build and get better. You don't win a season at the beginning of October, September. It's about getting better each and every week. And we're going to keep building and try to do what we can to get better as a team.
How do you build that? Because it's easy to kind of let up a little bit and say you want to keep that urgency, but what kind of things do you do as a leader and for yourself to maintain that kind of feeling?
I think that's just holding each other accountable. I mean, just as much as I hold these guys accountable, they hold me accountable of being the best Patrick Mahomes I can be every single day. And I think when you have leaders on the team that do that to each other, that I'm making Travis the best Travis Kelsey can be every day, Tyreek, and then Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu. It in turn will kind of flow throughout the entire team. We haven't dug ourselves out of a hole yet. We're still not in first place in the AFC West, and we have to continue to build and win football games. And so I'm excited to keep that challenge going, keep that same mindset, and be a great Kansas City Chiefs football team.
Last two quickly, guys. When you have a guy like Reid who's had, first couple of weeks of the season, have down game for him.
Yeah.
When you he has a hot hand, like in basketball terms. Do you feel like you have to feed him to make him get? I mean, he had 11 receptions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought that all the time. I mean, when he's such a special playmaker. I mean, not only as a receiver catching the ball, but we find ways to get him the ball in the run game. We find ways to kind of use him to get other people open. But I think you see that with this team, it's about winning at the end of the day. I mean, we want to win football games. Tyreek, obviously, we want to get him involved as much as possible. But if we need to use him to get someone else open, he's willing to do that. Today, Travis didn't have this big game that he always has. But if you would have saw him on the sideline, you just saw the leader that he was. He's getting everybody going every single time, not letting the energy go down. And I think that shows the type of guys that we have on this team is obviously everybody wants to have big games every single game. But at the end of the day, it's about winning winning. And I think we have guys that understand that.
You made concerted effort, obviously, cutting down the turnovers. They look like you all were having fun, obviously. Coming in Postgame, you all were having a lot of fun. How do you build on that going further, knowing that you got Buffalo coming in too?
Yeah, you got to keep enjoying this game. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. It's something that we want to be great at, something that we want to continue to work, and it's challenging every single day. But you have to have fun out there. And I think you see whenever we're having fun, usually good things happen. And so, like you said, we're getting to play a good Buffalo team. I think had another shutout that's playing really good football. And I'm sure they want to beat us pretty bad. And so I'm excited for the challenge to get to play them and get to go up against one of the best teams in the AFC.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, that's it.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.